transcribed since, is that the right word? Yeah, I think so. Things have happened, things have changed since the last time we spoke. The Datsun was at a garage getting rewired. They are too busy, cannot do it. So we need to go and get the truck back. Now that that's done, we're back to doing it. It's got the new universal kit car wiring loom kind of laid out inside it. I don't know how to rewire a car from scratch, so I'm going to go and pull all that back out, put the old loom back in and make it work, because I think that is the easiest option for someone of my skill level. So that is my plan of action. So we're going down to the truck now. Sorry, just overtaking some people here. Going down, get it sorted out, see where we're at. See where the fuck we're at. It's just, this Datsun just wants my hands on it. That's all it is, you know? Can't help it. Doesn't want anyone else working on it. I've been putting it off for like a year of wiring. And there's not much else that needs done. A brake line, a clutch line. I mean, I say it's almost summer, it's literally snow outside, but as far as Scotland goes, it's nearly summer. I want to use this. I've been building this for like 4 years. Time to get the finger out and to do it. So we'll see how far we get today. We might even just pull the new loom out, lay the old one back in, get some stuff plugged in, figure out what's been chopped. Because that's the main issue with the old loom, is it's been spliced. Like a red wire is now spliced into a yellow and a blue. There's no rhyme or reason. Everybody's always said, oh, car's 4 years old, how hard can it be? Hard. It can be hard. If it's easy, come and do it. I'll pay you to do it. It's not. So yeah, let's go and do it. Here we are, and it's home. Where will we start? Probably pull most of the interior out, pull all the wires out. I'm not going to use any of that. I'm just going to put the old one back in, because I don't think I could learn how to do this stuff. So I'm just going to pull it all out, get the old loom out, lay that on the floor. I think I can figure out that, because it worked. When I got it, it drove fine. It was, you know what I mean, a working vehicle, so it makes more sense to do it that way. So yeah, let's pull this apart.
And coming through, we have bitches by the dozens. We fucking cousins. You can throw your middle finger if you feel me low. A nigga just got paid.
New universal loom is all pulled out. I am back to nothing. Fresh base. I'll now get the old loom, lay it out next to it. Obviously, most of them have connectors, but I'll show you the issue that we come to things like this, where it's just been cut and spliced, not sure what goes to what. But yeah, I'll lay this out. So here is original loom. This is everything that was in the car. I had everything in, as you remember, and restarted it, but there was still a lot that didn't work. None of the lights on the gauges work. So process of elimination, long one has to be cab to back. I'd assume that splits off to run the rear lights. So the long one is most likely rear tail lights, reverse. There's not many plugs to it, assuming that has to be that. This one has to go inside the car, and this will be, I'd imagine, instrument clusters. And then it's really when it gets to this that it gets a little bit wild, where there's not sure what these kind of ones do. Splits off. I've got another random one plug, 2 plug, a few other random ones, imagine. Yeah, and then ones at the end I'd imagine have to be headlights and stuff as well. So I guess I'll just lay it in. Lay it in and just figure it out as it goes, actually. So yeah, I'll put this in just now and just see what's what. inside we've got, which I think are the gauge ones here. Then I'll have the main one for the ignition, I assume. Yeah, that has to be ignition. Or no, these cut ones. Oh, that's awesome. So yeah, it always used to run off this as a fuel pump starter, and then I think press button was this ignition start. Then it's all this sort of stuff where you've got lots of different wires going into different things. And then a random splice coming off it as well. That's where it gets hard, where people are like, oh, just send it can't be that hard. There's a lot of random shit. I know that I need to put a new choke in it. I might just do that quickly just now, actually. Right, pop the end in that goes there. Now I'll guess it, like, basically, like, I don't know what most of this shit, like, what's that, a relay or fuse, this big old bastard? Assuming, you know, that's in there, so we'll just plug this in. One-handed. Come on, baby. This. So yeah, we're just gonna have to do some plugging. Like, these ones are all fairly simple because they're those sort of connections, which means it has to be headlights. You know what I mean? We can figure them out pretty easily, that's obviously gonna be like, cool. Stuff like that is like, yeah, we can do that. We've got our side lights, so that's probably these two. So yeah, we're just going to start plugging stuff in. The old hit and hope. So if that goes there, let me put this down here for 2 seconds. So yeah, that comes along. I've plugged this one in. Don't know what this does. It was probably to that. Oh wait, what's this? Another little cut boy with a couple of colors. Do any colors match it? Nope. Cool. So we'll leave this up to just, you know, it's just there for the sake of it. It's a decide later boy. This one. Oh wait, I wonder if that is those two. Possible. So we've got our 2 headlight ones in. This probably the earth, which is fine. That'll probably just connect that to the body rather than that. And I would imagine the rest of this will just be across the front and the next 2 headlights, the side repeater, and maybe, so there's this. They're on both sides, which makes me think it has to be a light. So that could be these bottom indicators, which are new. Actually, let's have a look at the old scabby ones, if that is the connector. And it is, so that's that fixed. That's, well, we figured that out. That is what that is. So I'll probably snip them off and put them on the new ones. That means they can be connected, which is fine. It's another 2 plugs less. So we'll plug in the ones that I know, and then we'll get to the, yeah, we'll get to that. So I'll plug these in. So that seems fine. They're in there. I will do the connectors for the bottom indicators now. So I've now got this that comes off this light, which I don't know what the fuck that could be for. And then we've got the other indicator here. Oh, so that's these ones. So I'll connect them up. So that's them connected up as well. That's those lights, that's fine. This little extra boy, don't know, could it have been power to the old fuel pump maybe? Because that's a new one as well. Unless that's more likely. No, because that jumps off that jumps off that. Who knows? That's a maybe. That's a maybe. That actually, now that I remember it, only had direct feed to the flicky switch, so it can't be that. So these are something else, which we'll think about later. That's the old fuel pump, mechanical fuel pump, which is blocked off, so it can't be anything to do with that. So, right, that's that. The starter also had direct feed as well, so none of these wires can be for that. What would the wire be in the brake rest? Yeah, I don't know what that one is either. And then we've got the alternator, which is power, that's straight power, which runs to the battery, which is fine. Right, I'll go and snip the old lights just so I've got the indicators at the bottom connected up, so it's one less, you know, unknown wire just hanging about. So I'll do that. we'll get these ones, snip the old plugs off them and just wire them into the new ones. So it's neat enough. These ones are a bit past their best, so I bought new ones. Are these held in by anything? Yeah, probably these little screws. I'll get a screwdriver, pull these off, swap them, and install them on the back. Right, so this has main one, an earth, and then one point at the side. That's the exact same, so I'll just chop them there and attach them to that, so I've got quite a bit of length. And then that means I've got my plug as well, and the dust shield thingy. Right, I'll snip these. There we go, just snip these right at the end. Cool.
Nice.
So that gives me these three. Wonder what colors they were originally. There we go. Now you can see. So now I'll strip these and see if we've got the stuff to. I'm pretty sure I've got a wee kit for attaching them, so it should be fine. Although saying that, I'm pretty sure the kit is at my house, so yeah. We'll see what we can do. So I've got these and these which I can take home, crimp and set up, so I'll keep them at the side. Move on to the next bit. So those are okay, we know what these are now. We've got a red and a green, which I think was part of this. You can assume that is the same. This is a Toyota self-timer relay. So why would you have a self-timer relay here? It did have aftermarket AC. Is it safe to assume this is maybe some dodgy wired-in version for the timer for AC? Could be. We could say maybe there. That's possible. The AC's out of it now. I'm probably going to put in. One of my mates got a system that looked quite cool, which is like a one that runs off the water, and it didn't seem too hard to attach on. So I might fuck about and do that. So, okay, so if we're saying that's the bottom indicators. So the battery was here as well, I should have said. The battery is no longer here. So I've got a funny feeling this is maybe, could be power for some of the stereo stuff. Because these have connectors, there has to be something for these to go in this thereabout area, which would make sense. What else has plugs here? I'll have a little peek around and see. Yeah, I'll have a little look just now. This one that I'm trying to find out, noticed that at this side there is the same. So you would assume it has to be something to do with the lights, because there's one at each side, right? In theory, but they've all got the right connectors. It's just a 2-lamp headlight. There's nothing fancy going on here. So what's going to be what's going to need at both sides? Comments down below, please, because I don't have a fucking clue. I also have this spare one, which I don't know what it is. It's got one missing, bottom left. And then I've got this, which is also missing one, bottom left. So that has to plug in there. And that just gives us, yeah, that's obviously where this goes. Sorry, bad camera work there. But then that just gives us more plugs that I don't know what they are doing. Unless that is for the AC system that I pulled out. But then why would the electronics be at the front? Could be, yeah, that couldn't have been sound system, because it makes no sense that that would be a proper plug. But then it's got maybe something to do with the flash thing, the timer. So more questions guys. What's this for? Alright, since I've put most of what I know what to do on the front, these are the ones that come from the engine bay, and then this is the instrument cluster basically. So I'll plug in what I've only got 3. So I'll plug in what goes in and then figure out what the rest do. So it looks like only those 2 big ones went in. These ones are different. These are the in connector ones. That's something different as well for the starter. Fuck is this looking thing? What weird. That is weird. Alright, I will get the loom for the rear and bring that in and have a wee look at it closer up. See what we can find. Okay, on further, I'd imagine this slicey slice very much looks like it needs to go into the ear. I've connected up one more plug. I've still got 1, 2, imagine brake pedal here, which will be these ones, so that's fine. I'll know to put them in there. Still don't know what the fuck this is. Strange looking plugs. Imagine it would have to go into some like quite big unit that goes in like one or maybe back to back. So yeah, I'll go grab the other plugs maybe and try and figure out what I am missing. Right, so we're going to go with the assumption that this is the one that goes to the back lights because there's 2 plugs that are the same as the back. So, and a plug that goes under. So, assuming that this is for one of these, plug with bits on the side to make it look like a house plug. Boom, one missing. So that is it. Let's chuck it in. Okay, that is that in. So that has to just be the ones running to the rear lights. So I'd imagine it's going to be this one or this one, right? It's going to be, let's say this one in the middle. So I got to feed everything through here, I'd imagine, to keep it clean, and then put everything down. Already got holes coming back, that's class. Good stuff. Yeah, I'll do this first, make it neat. Right, so I've routed that down here, under here. Notice that this is little socket here that looks like it's the same shape as this. So I assume you plug that into there to keep it from moving. I assume. Delightful, that worked. So now I'll feed everything down here, run it to the back lights. Alright, that's that plugged in. I now need to just go under it, run that to the rear lights. What's this? Another random spare there. Here we go. Plug this in to here. And that should be it. Now, although we've got 2 for the rear lights there, we've got 2 here. So what we're saying, could be fuel level. There would be sun on the fuel tank for them. Yeah, that makes sense. Right, I'll pull these to the back. Right, that is these connected. Obviously it needs put into the, put up so it doesn't hang down. So that is fine for the time being. It means it's a couple of more plugs that I know where they go. That's the main thing. Still seems okay under here. Need to get those blocks out soon to put the big ones in. But yeah, for now, that's another bit of the wiring. Let's see what is next. Just going through some of the old bits. It did have this big old fan on it for the AC, so there's a good chance that is for one of these front ones, or even this one, which has also been chopped. So that makes sense. So one of the things I do know is fucked is the choke is no longer long enough, so this has to come off. So I think this just pops up and comes off like that. So we're going to take that off. Okay, now that that's off, I'd imagine this end comes off, right? For it to then be able to pull out. Well, we'll have to get pliers, hold this part, and then spin this, I assume. I'll go get pliers. Success. So yeah, I assume this will just pull out now. Yeah. Done. So the new choke is in. We've clamped the plastic part down here. So we now need to feed this little wire through this little boy here, so that it can control the choke. So in theory, this should be able to go through here now. Maybe. I think it's freeing it still. It just keeps stripping because once you cut the wire, it'll just sort of spin itself off. That is the only problem we're having here. Right, so that's the choke on, new one that's long enough to actually work, so that's good. So we can, all good. And the throttle, does the throttle work? Yeah, it's fine this one. So I'd say that's good. Found a little clamp, so I've done them, got some electrical tape. I will clean them up and then I can install them back in and plug it in, just so that's one more plug done. I'm just going to do the other light with the little crimps, and that's it. Okay, so that's these done. Good enough for me. I will put them on and plug them in. Is this side? Or is that this side? No, this side. Okay, so I'll pop this on, fit it in, and then plug it in. Not that we can turn it on because there's no battery. Or there is a battery, but I don't want to plug it in case everything explodes. So yeah. Okay, that's that on. Pushed up through here with this little grommet. I can put that in there and plug it in. Let's do that. And with that, another plug plugged in. So I'll just fire up the other side. And then, yeah, I'll do that now. Right, that's them all plugged in. So really, we've got this mystery, a couple of little thin mysteries. This mystery. What the fuck could this be? Who knows? It's for those lights as well. Don't know, maybe being spliced at some point. So we've got those two. The back has lights and the fuel pump, not the fuel pump, the fuel tank level is sorted. Those ones are all plugged in. There's like a bunch of missing ones here, but I might need to pull out some more of these to see what's what. Because I'm actually not sure. Where the fuck is that bezel? That's gone. Oh no. This is it. It does nothing. Cool. So yeah, I'll need to figure out them just to see what's exactly going on here. And there's a few other extra bits, like I know there's a light meant to be in here, a few other bits and pieces, but yeah, figure out what's what. But yeah, it's another step forward. I'm probably going to stop there, chuck everything back in. It's another step of building it. Really, it is just the wiring. I need the brake lines for the back, just from the front to the back. Basically remake this. I have a new clutch master. Stuff that technically isn't a huge job. Put the exhaust on, put the fuel tank back in, but even then I can have it running just off a bottle, so it's not the worst thing in the world for the time being. Box of mysteries here. Spare wheel bit. Old. Yeah, all the old brake stuff that I don't need. But yeah, it's another step. Or at least I came down and did something, because it's been a while. I've got the wheels for it staring me down there. Not that they fit. That's another day, because I'm going to have to totally redo the arches to make them fit. Which I'm fine with doing. Needs must. But yeah, I think I will just tidy up for now. Head back. That's a good step. I'll maybe ask my dad or Chris's dad even to like help. Like, you know that way where older dudes that are into cars, the electrics seem easy to them. Electrics are not easy to me. I'm pretty good with a lot of stuff for cars, but electrics is not one of them. So yeah, I'm not saying I'm going to clean up the entire unit. Chris's unit is there's a lot going on. I'm going to tidy up this little space, put everything back in. Yep. And that's, you know, it's something. We did something. We came down and we worked on it. So I'm pretty happy about that.
Fuck off, you fat pig.